What's going on, guys? It's Matthew here with Gadget University. This is my first video in a very long time. I'm happy to be back to give you guys some great reviews on some new gadgets that are out. This is the T-Mobile Galaxy S2. It is available now for $229 after mail-in rebate at the T-Mobile store. Now, this is the one of three variations of the Galaxy S2 out on U.S. carriers. You have the Samsung Galaxy S2 Epic 4G Touch, which is on Sprint. You have the Galaxy S2 on T-Mobile, and you also have it on AT&T. Right now, Verizon does not have a version, but this is definitely a great option on the T-Mobile carrier. They are not going to be having the iPhone 4, so I've already come to the conclusion after a couple of days of use that this is the best phone on T-Mobile. You do have another option with the Amaze 4G. I will try to get a review unit for that as well. But thank you to Samsung for sending this out for a review, and let's get to it. All right, so first things first, let's talk about what comes inside the box. Of course, you're going to get the phone, and also you're going to get your charger cable, and you're going to get some headphones. Headphones are right here. And these are the same set in-ear headphones that you get from Samsung. Everybody's pretty much used to these. They're very good. They sound a lot like Apple's. They are, of course, in a long and drawn-out patent lawsuit with them. But that's another story. Here we go. Here's the charger, the sync cable, and here's the travel charger. If the in-ear earbuds are too large for you, it does also come with some additional earphones. Now, let's get to the phone itself. You also get some paperwork on the bottom of the phone as well. But nobody reads that, so I'm not even going to take it out and bore you with it. Let's go ahead and put the box up. And let's get to the main attraction of the show. Now, this phone is gorgeous. As you can tell, the design is very nice. It is a little bit more rounded on the edges other than the international version and the AT&T version, but it still is very nice. 4.65 inch screen. You're also, I apologize, a 4.5 inch screen, so it's very similar to the Samsung Infuse that came out a while back. I did a review on that if you want to check that out on my channel. Has a 1.5 gigahertz dual core processor inside. It also has a gigabyte of RAM. Now, this is a Qualcomm Snapdragon S3 processor. It is not the Exynos processor that's in the other two Galaxy S phones. There's been some debate on what's faster, what's better. I personally have had no lag on this phone. This phone right here is probably the fastest phone I've used in a while. I actually think it's faster than the Droid Bionic, obviously because it's clocked at 1.5 gigahertz rather than 1 gigahertz. So that extra speed boost does make a huge difference. On the front of the camera, on the front of the phone, you have a 2 megapixel front-facing camera right here, your speaker grill, you have your menu, home, and back and search button. On the left-hand side, you have a volume rocker. Across the top, you have the 3.5 millimeter headphone jack. On the right-hand side, you have the power wake sleep button, and on the back, you have the 8 megapixel camera that's capable of taking videos at 1080p. And you get the Galaxy S2 branding on the back. Now, it comes with 16 gigabytes built-in storage, but you can add a micro SD card. I have a 32 gigabyte card in here, so I have a total of 48 gigabytes. Now, this has the largest battery of any of the variants. I think it's a 1850 milliamp battery. So it is very large. That's what she said, and it's going to last you a long time. That's what she said. I went about 4 hours, and I still had, I think, about 80% left. And I was texting and tweeting and Google Plus and everything. So that's pretty good to know. Let's go ahead and power it back on. I want you guys to see the boot animation. I think it's actually pretty cool. Now, one of the best things about reason why they chose to do this Qualcomm Snapdragon processor over the other ones is that T-Mobile wants to really highlight the 4G capabilities of this phone. What they mean by that is it can get theoretical speeds of 42 megabits per second in certain areas. And I've seen something pretty close to that. I don't want to spoil the surprise, but This is pretty damn good. You can get speeds pretty close to Verizon 4G LTE on this phone, and I would believe so on the Amaze 4G. They definitely came out with these phones to compete with the iPhone 4, and I think that 4S, and I think that they're doing a great job. This is a AMOLED screen, Super AMOLED Plus, so you're getting very great colors. It is amazing how the detail and everything looks on this phone. I have the microphobe live wallpaper, and this phone just looks great. No lag whatsoever. It does a little new transition. There's a lot of new stuff. See how it kind of slides and it kind of slows down before it stops? That's the transition. That's not lag. But everything is pretty much good with this phone, guys. I've been using it for about 3 days now. Let me show you a quick speed test to make sure I'm not connected to Wi-Fi, and I'm not. Now, I will say the speed tests have been kind of inconsistent, but they've still been pretty good. Let's see what I'm getting right now. There we go. I'm getting 15.7 megabits down and almost a megabit up and upload. I'm located in south of Atlanta, so if you guys are wondering where I'm at, I do have 4G in my area. Now, just to show you an example, let's zoom in for a second. I want to show you guys this here. All right, look at this. This is my Wi-Fi connection that I'm paying $50 a month for at my home. 18.6, that's my home internet connection. See the Wi-Fi logo. Look at the speeds I've gotten with this phone using the cellular towers. 23.2, 21.8, 22.8, and just now I got a 15.7. Regardless, you're going to get above 10 megabits per second. And believe it or not, this may not be real 4G as opposed to LTE like AT&T and Verizon have, but this is pretty fast, guys. You're not going to have any problems with pages loading or rendering. Let's show you the other things about the phone. Now, this does feature TouchWiz 4.0, and the features really are TouchWiz is just, it's less obtrusive. You can tell by just the color schemes and just the way things are laid out. It looks like you're using a gingerbread phone, mostly because the notification pane across the top is more green-esque. It's not cartoonish and colored out and everything like that. You still have your toggles across the top. You have all kinds of different things going on with your notification bar, excuse me. The widgets on TouchWiz 4.0 are awesome. They fill out the screen a lot more. You can resize them. You can highlight stuff. So let's go ahead. Look at my to-do list. This is my to-do list I made now on what I need to do for the site. And you can see I can resize it all the way down. I can make a full page of notes. Let's see if I want to resize it back up. I can click it back up here. I touch it when I'm done. When I want to add something to my home screen, I press and hold it like you normally would on an Android phone. You can hit widgets. You can tap the widget and it'll just pop up there, or you can click and drag it to where you want to put it and it'll give you a little outline of what's going on. Then you can resize it to how you want it. This is by far the easiest way to customize your phone. I really was never a fan of widgets until this. I will be honest with you guys. It was kind of one of those things where they took up a lot. It was really ugly. It made the phone lag. But because of this processor and TouchWiz, they did a great job of putting everything together. Hulu is not supported yet for this phone. Of course, it just came out yesterday. Netflix is supported. You do have a lot of other cool features installed on the phone. T-Mobile did add a lot of bloatware, which is a bummer, but you know, it's not that big of a deal. You have Asphalt, you have 411, bonus apps, Bleo, a number of apps, guys. Just too many to name. Let's go ahead and do a quadrant for you guys. Hopefully it doesn't get a low score, but earlier I did get a 3,302, I believe. So this is a very fast phone out of the box, considering that the hackers out there, CyanogenMod, and all these other ROMs that can eventually make its way to this phone. This phone has definitely a lot of potential. So while that's running, we'll sit here and watch it. Oh, actually, while it's doing that, I can tell you about this. on the bottom. And you have a noise cancellation mic as well, and a speaker grill on the back. But this is not just your charging sync port. This is also a MHL, which is HDMI out. You can get an adapter that basically plugs into the bottom, an MHL adapter, and on the other end of that adapter is an HDMI port, a full-fledged HDMI port, not a mini or micro or anything like that. So you can do HDMI mirroring up to a TV and show Netflix or Hulu off to everybody. So there we go. And right now I just got a 2825. So very fast out of the box. Like I've said before, I haven't experienced any lag. If you guys have any questions, definitely let me know. Please subscribe. Please like the video. If you have any questions, send an email to me at matthew@gadgetu.net, or you can leave a comment below. I will try to get to them as fast as I can. Other than that, thank you for having me. Thank you for watching. I will see you in my next video. Peace.